Hey there, welcome to the Good Stuff Podcast. On this episode, I spoke with and got to listen to Fretless. 5 locals that came together to put together some pretty good music. So they played for us here at the end of this episode. You'll get to hear some of that. But on June 21st, they have a concert at the Avalon, so I'll link that if you'd like to get tickets and check them out. Some good music, and there's some others playing there. They'll explain that later on in the episode. And just in case you're new here to Good Stuff Marysville or the Good Stuff Podcast, it's my attempt to sell our community with a glass half full perspective, talking about the good stuff going on here in the community as a real estate agent. That was my job. Convince people why it's a good place to live and call home. That's also spun itself off into Good Stuff Media Company, where I help local organizations and business with marketing needs, telling their stories, a plan to meet whatever goals you might have through marketing. So if I can help you out with that, love to have you. Thank you to our sponsors, Coffee Hall, for sponsoring and delivering some coffee. KR Designs for our sign sponsorship here, and Mr. Drew Kiefer, who helped me come up with my first piece of merchandise, t-shirts to come. So support them if you don't mind. Good folks in town. Without further ado, here's the episode. All right, well, welcome back to the podcast. This is Fretless.
Hello. How's it going?
You guys want to introduce yourselves? You can go right ahead.
Yeah, my name's Terry Hartman. I own the Union Music Hall here in Marysville.
My name is Zach. I'm a violinist in this group.
I'm Sam Hancock. I am the cello backbone of the whole group.
Backbone, I like it.
I'm Stella Hancock, and I play the violin.
I'm Aurelia, and I play the viola.
So what can you tell me about the group?
All right, well, I'll give you a little bit of history here. The Union Music Hall used to be called the Backroom Music Studio, and we're in the place that's now called the Coffee Hall.
So
There in Marysville? Yeah.
our coffee sponsor.
That right there.
Same location.
Yeah, we were in that if you go in there, there's a kitchen in the back. We were all squished in there for forever until
Oh, really? Those were the same like layout, the walls.
Yeah, nothing's changed. Been in there? It's all the same, yeah.
Huh.
Anyway, we were all squished in there. We had a drum cage. We had it all like teach around and everything. Pretty squished. Jeff, he was the owner of the guitar. It was a guitar shop as well, J&L Music, and he sold that. And I continued. Now I had a big room, space.
Yeah.
Then COVID, boom, pretty much shut me down. I can remember standing in a gas station, getting a phone call saying, "Hey, I think we got a place." I go, "All right, well, let's check it out." That's where. Oh no. Yeah, sorry. There's a little block of time in there. Can I squeeze that in?
Yeah.
All right. You know, for people that are familiar with Marysville, there's a cabinet building behind the Richwood.
Mm-hmm.
We were in there on the first floor, and that was awesome. That was just. I thought about even.
I tried. It was for sale. I tried to get my wife to put the dance studio in there.
That would have been cool, and you could have moved in there and lived there too. Anyway, then COVID happened, and then that shut me down, and I'm done. Hugs, we were done, crying. I was getting gas, and then one of my teachers called and said, "Hey, we need to look at a place. Something just opened up," and that's where we're at right now.
Which is
333.
I mean, unless you don't want to tell people.
Well, it's a kind of a complicated story because actually I just closed it, and it's bought by Gina and Dan Snodgrass of Honey Compass, and now it's called the Creation Station.
Very good.
Anyway, this group right here, I can remember handing an instrument to some of them when they were like tiny. I mean, here's your first instrument. Let's learn Twinkle Twinkle Star. You know, yeah, long time. Slowly but surely, incredible musicians. Are you going to hear us later?
I hope so.
All right, that'll say everything.
Get a free concert.
Yeah. Little what do you call it? Commercial for our concert, which is coming up June 21st at the Avalon Theatre, 7:00.
So you were a little bit of the inspiration in being here today, I guess you could say.
Yeah, and right
or I
now,
guess I'd rather hear them say it because I'm guessing you're going to be a little more humble than
I don't know.
I'd like.
I don't know. I'm more of a coach at this point, and they've taken over. You know, Zachary, you'll hear him later. Has pretty much put all the rehearsals together, chosen our lineup and everything like that. Become a coach, and I'm just hey, wait, let's talk about that. But otherwise, I just back off, and I've loved every minute of it. These guys are incredible.
Well, it seems pretty cool to me.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Like I told you earlier, I've always wanted to learn how to play one of these instruments, and
Right.
I don't think I can. So
Oh,
I'm
come
looking
on.
forward to. I mean, I
Alright.
can, but nowhere close.
Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. Okay, so you said 3 years. 3 years ago was the start. What was the catalyst?
Well, originally Terry and I were in a another group, and that group kind of fell apart a little bit. And then I asked Terry, "Hey, we're looking for players. We needed a viola and a cello." And he kind of put it together originally, brought us all together.
And this was
then-
for a Christmas show.
Yeah, it was originally for a Christmas show. Yeah.
And was that was before the Avalon? So was that at Vets or
Oh, was it?
Avalon? Okay,
It was
It
in the
was in a
thing with the
window.
window.
It was in a
Do you
window.
remember?
Yes,
Hey
it
Terry,
was in a
where's that
window.
window at?
and the coffee hall was the first one. Huh.
Wait. So we performed in a window. So during the Christmas walk, since it's so cold outside,
Oh,
we don't
okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah,
we don't want to, be in the cold. So
I get it.
they would just bring us out and we would perform. And then, yeah, there was a bunch of small groups, and I think the whole orchestra did perform too. But, yeah, that was our start. And then we've just been playing since then. We didn't really have a name until this year. The Avalon kind of said, "Hey, we need a name to advertise with."
Legitimize. Yeah, that's good.
Yes.
Well, you
So,
can build a brand out of it. Fretless. I mean, that's. I think. Well, not everybody probably knows what it means, but
I mean, violin doesn't have frets.
yeah.
So
Well, that's a pretty cool. Playing in a window and playing in the cold. So then from there, so were you all of you there at that point?
yes, the 3 years ago, all of us were.
So why do you guys do this?
Well, at least for me, like it's just a really cool opportunity to be in like a group with really talented musicians because you can play at like a higher caliber of music. I feel like,
Kind
and
of pushes you to do better.
yeah, it pushes you to be better when you're with so many other people that are just incredibly talented.
Is it a competition thing? Because I used to snowboard and skateboard when I was younger, and like I'd hear people talk about like soccer, football, sports, and there was always this competitive edge. And like snowboarding, like it was never like even at the Olympics, like you'd watch and like they were always high fiving each other. It was pushing each other to do better, but it was a similar thing where like just being together, you did better. It wasn't because you were trying to beat the other guy in a lot of other sports, and so I was just relating it back to that. Yeah, it's kind of and it's kind of more of a creative pursuit. Snowboarding is a little more just kind of do what you want. Then basketball is score the points. Nice. Anybody else want to weigh in? You don't have to.
I mostly play because it brings me joy, and it's fun to be with these guys a lot, especially performing. I think it's super fun to do with them, because like Aurelia said, like the higher caliber of music we get to play, it's a lot more fun, especially with a small group,
Mm-hmm.
with a lot of experienced people.
And so, is this a long-term pursuit for you guys?
For me, I'm actually not sure what I want to do. Like
Me either.
after high school, I can't say the same for all these guys. I know Aurelia's going to college for some music major stuff, but I have no idea what I want to do.
You got plenty of time.
Yep.
Plenty of time. I assume you guys at this level. I assume it'll be something that you'll do as a hobby.
Yeah.
Even though, yeah. I've heard people talk about the like cognitive benefits. Like basically, this kind of music makes you smarter. Have you ever heard that? I don't know. Pushes off Alzheimer's. Oh, there we go. So you're not the only humble one. Yeah, Paul Melcher that we were talking about that used to be in this space told me once that there are studies that show, I don't know what it is, but about like Mozart effect, that kind of classical music kind of stimulates the brain well. Pretty cool. So I was talking to somebody earlier that suggested a question to ask you guys, and I don't know anything about it. He just told me about it. Apparently, and I've seen it in other genres, so to speak, but I've seen a trend of, or he said he's seen a trend of like classical music and, kind of EDM, newer electric music getting like blended together. Have you guys experienced that?
Not personally, no. But we do have in our song order. It kind of goes like new songs to old songs,
So you got a little bit of that.
but they're not combined.
Yeah. He was just curious your perspective, if that was a good thing or if that was don't ruin a good thing kind of a.
We don't really use any electronics. We all just have a.
Oh no, I
Violins
know
and
you guys did. I just didn't know your opinion. He was curious what your opinion of that might be, of the blending of two different things.
So at least for me personally, I also write music, and I do have a couple songs that have like string ensemble and electric guitar in them. So I guess to me, it's like it depends on what effect you're going for, you know. But I feel like classical music and like romantic baroque, all that stuff, like it still has its place. Like I know people say it's like outdated and stuff, but there's still a lot of value in performing and listening.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So he's a pastor, and so he was kind of relating it to traditional worship, and a church isn't as popular as it used to be, and you know, you've got the rock churches and all of that and all the differences. And so anyway, just an interesting perspective. Video game music there.
There's a lot
Like
of-
you guys do.
Yeah, we have a.
We actually have one.
Yeah.
Oh, let's hear more.
I think we're doing one or two. Just one.
Just Gusty, right?
Oh, just one. Gusty Garden Galaxy from Mario. One of the Mario ones. Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun one to play.
Cool. I can't wait. Cool. So what else do you guys have to share about your concert? What can people expect other than Mario Kart?
So our concert order is we're being opened by the Main Street Orchestra. It's gonna be their last concert, right, Jerry? Yeah, it'll be the last one for the Main Street Orchestra, or the Union County Music Hall Orchestra. I don't know what exactly the name is. And then we'll be taking over from there. And yeah, we each have solos or duets during the thing. We'll introduce ourselves, say some things about ourselves in each of those things.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a good show.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So you want to do a sales pitch? When is it? What is it? How much is it?
It is going to be on June 21st at 7 p.m. at the Avalon. Tickets are $15 for adults, and I believe, $8 for 13 and under. And then, overall, you can expect a lot of classical music because that's kind of our specialty, but we're kind of dipping into a lot of different areas, movie scores, video games. We have like one song from the 50s, some pop music, like you can expect a lot of different things. And I know, like, at least for me, like I play multiple instruments. So for my solo, I'm going to be on the piano and things like that. So
Very cool.
it's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time.
Nice. I assume tickets through the Avalon.
Yes.
I mean, I'll link it. I'll figure it out and link it, but I assume that's where it is.
Yep.
Good deal. So, I was going to ask how much you guys are going to make, but I don't want
We have no.
Well, no, sometimes it's charity concerts or it goes to a cause or whatever. But all right, we have the wisdom of why do you do it?
Well, these guys are just, first of all, incredible, with their craft. And I'm thinking, when you ask us, why do we do this? Or, of course it's joy and it's what we know and, we're pretty good at it. But at the same time, let's do what we love to make our money, or to, these guys are going to college. College is like incredible right now. Anyway, I think one of the reasons is like, well, why don't we do what we're really good at to, financially support ourselves? To me, that's how I see it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know these guys could flip burgers. I know they could, make cotton candy or whatever it is. But to use, what God's given to them, to financially make themselves, where they need to go, is incredible to me.
Yeah, one of my favorite poems is the master in the art of living makes no distinction between his work and his play.
There you go. That's it. And that's what I see here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Well, thank you for the add-in. Awesome. Okay, so we were going to introduce ourselves. You guys want to introduce yourselves and how long you've been playing and what instruments you play? Or, I always like the fun fact that people wouldn't expect.
So I'm Aurelia Inskeep. I play viola in the group, but I actually, strings-wise, I started on violin when I was in 6th grade. The story behind that is we found an old, broken violin in my grandpa's garage. He asked if I wanted to play it, so we took it, we got it fixed, and then I started lessons with Terry. But then, obviously, violin is the most popular stringed instrument for people to be able to play. It's very competitive at colleges and stuff.
I heard on a TV show the other day, somebody, Modern Family, I don't know if you guys watched that one, but anyway, one of the kids plays an instrument, and she said, I think it was cello. She said cello is in demand. That's why I play it.
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, so violin to viola is not as big a switch as, violin to cello or anything.
So
and,
for those ignorant like myself, I mean, I kind of know that it's smaller, right?
bigger, actually.
Bigger. Oh,
yeah.
see? I didn't even know.
So you play it the same way, but it's bigger and it plays a little bit lower, like not that much lower. Basically, like, violin has 4 strings. Viola has 3 of those strings in common. And then instead of the highest one, it has one that's lower. So, yeah, it just plays a little bit lower and it reads music differently. It's very weird. But hardly anyone plays it in a Union Music Hall. I think there's 3 violas, maybe. And like the reason I'm in this group is because there really wasn't anybody else, So.
And you're good, as the peanut gallery says.
But yeah, so I also play lots of other instruments. I play the piano as my primary. Then I'm also in marching band. I play mellophone and French horn. I can play ukulele and guitar. Most things that look like a guitar or a violin or a piano, like I can probably figure it out. But yeah, then for the future, I'm going to Liberty University pursuing music education. So
Very cool.
hoping to do this for the rest of my life.
Well, good luck.
My name is Zach Nussbaum. I've been playing violin since the 3rd grade, and yeah, this is I really enjoy playing in this group, playing the instrument and duets and just everything. Oh, and I play tuba and sousaphone. I dotted the I with Marysville. I'm in the marching band.
Ah, yeah. There you go. Cool experience.
It was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got to do it twice this year, so.
Would you like to do it like in the real version? Like, is that?
I'm going to Miami, so probably
okay.
not.
Never mind. I was going out on a limb, maybe.
No.
Yeah, but playing the band there.
Yeah, I'm planning on trying out for the marching band at Miami, so for tuba.
Tuba, yep.
They don't
Right.
really march violin.
Yeah, probably a little more oddly coordinated things.
That'd be really weird.
Awesome. What are you studying? Or do you know?
I'm studying business.
Business. Nice. Very good. That's a good path.
Yeah.
Very cool. Anything else you'd like to share?
Thank you.
All right, Sam.
So I'm Sam Hancock. I've been playing the cello for 4.5 years, and unlike Aurelia, I also found an old cello, but instead of fixing it up, I threw it across my yard and smashed it.
Was this because you tried to play and couldn't, or
No,
you
no,
just
it's
felt
just
like just a boy? I gotta smash something.
Yeah. I already
like it.
had my other one. This is actually really recently, like 2 weeks ago. I was like, Terry was actually about to throw it away, and I was like, "Can I just take it?" He was like, "Sure." So I got home and I chucked it across the yard and beat it up.
Relieve some stress.
It was kind of sad, but all the same, it was a lot of fun to do. Yeah, I have it on video too.
You should send it. I'll insert here. I didn't think that's where we were going. Smashing the cello or 2 cellos.
Well, it was just one. I only smashed one. And
Oh, I thought you did like the. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
it's
you did
one
this.
cello.
One
total.
cello. Okay.
Yep.
Only one fatality. And so I'm trying to make a correlation. I really like doing this, but I smashed the instrument. Where were we going with that?
I think it would. I did it because it was like nobody was home at the time, so I was like, I'm gonna prank everybody. So I just
And 4 years later.
came home, threw the cello,
That's awesome. Dude.
and I was like, look what I did. And everyone's like,
How old
This
was like 2 weeks ago.
this was 2 weeks ago.
What?
Yeah.
So he will not be playing today. He's just going to stand there. He has no instrument.
Oh no, I have one.
Okay, that's good.
My name is Stella Hancock, and I've been playing the violin, I think, for 6.5 years, since the 6th grade. So I had always wanted to play the violin for some reason, and then I just kind of never told anyone because I didn't think they would let me play the violin. And then when I told my mom, she's like, oh, okay, and then got me a violin, and
Hey, there you go.
just been playing ever since. And I was actually kind of like the one dragged into this group because Sam could play the cello, and then they're like, oh yeah, Stella can play the violin, fine, you can join too. And then I actually turned out to work in this group too, and I'm really glad for that because I really enjoy playing.
Yeah, sounds like it works pretty well. I like it. Oh, you got something else to add?
Yeah, I did.
Have at it.
I will say the one thing that got me into the cello was one of the most popular wedding songs, Canon in D. And I was like, I love that song, and it's so awesome. So I was like, I want to get the cello and play that song. And then I finally got the cello, and I figured out how to learn it. And it was only 7 notes, and I was like, wow, this is really boring. And every time I have to play, I'm like half asleep. And then I think some guy counted it. You have to repeat those same 7 notes like 108 times, and it's brutal. This is the worst song ever written.
This is the best sales pitch for learning an
Whoever
instrument
written
ever.
it, sorry.
I love it.
He's always complaining about whenever music is too boring, and he's just like, we need to find something new.
Yeah, I've seen those videos of like all the famous songs or big songs are just like 4 chords put together in different ways. I'm not a music. So, as someone who's always wanted to learn to play the violin or something in general, anybody that wants to learn one, you guys have any suggestions on how somebody might get over that barrier?
For me, the easiest thing was knowing how to read music already, because I feel like violin is very hard mechanically. Like the notes are hard to produce in a way that sounds good. So if you're trying to learn that while you're learning to read music, like I know you guys were in that boat, and that just sounds very hard to me. I already came in with 6 years of piano under my belt.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I was like, okay, I can just translate this to the violin, which violin was still very hard. Like as compared to piano, like you just press the key and it makes the sound. But
It's almost like typing on a computer.
yeah.
Not to minimize
No, but
piano.
yeah.
Pianists out there.
But then for violin, it's like you have a million things to think about. It takes like your entire first lesson is just figuring out how to make a note that sounds okay, passable.
So
Like,
does some of that, trying to make a segue into why is your name Fretless? For,
oh yeah,
for you guys it's obvious, but what you're saying is it's hard, there's a little bit of a, I guess frets allow you to be like a piano,
Mhm.
right? And yeah, where you can select a note and as long as you push in this area versus no frets, you have to really dial it in. Is kind of what you were getting at, right?
You have to you have to practice a lot, right? I mean, that's exactly what it is.
Just practice.
I mean,
Like anything else, it's the hard work to get there. How many?
maybe not that many.
40 hours a day.
40 hours a day. There we go. I like it.
I will
know-
say. I will say this, like, not to scare people away from playing it, though. Like, it's really hard, but it's very rewarding. Like,
Mhm.
once you do get good, the kind of music you're able to play, the groups you get to play with, like, the sound you're able to produce is really worth it.
Also,
Okay.
quarters hurt when they throw them.
So to finish that out, a fret, like on a guitar, and I assume there's other instruments as well, ukulele, are raised pieces on the neck of the instrument that select the different notes versus, so you guys don't have frets. I assume nobody has frets, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
I do.
You do?
I actually do. On like the tippity top of my, all the way up here in like 6th position or something like that.
though.
Yeah, I have a sticker on mine.
Some people will learn by putting these stickers on the fretboard and with the position that you need to be in, and sometimes with higher notes, like especially learning how to play up there, you'd put like a little piece of tape across the fret, and it just helps you and you know what finger, you need to use.
Awesome. So fretless is because you don't have frets. Awesome. Well, so they're going to be kind enough to play for us, so you get a little preview of what's going on June 21st. Are we ready for that, or anything else you guys want to share?
After high school, I just plan to enter the workforce full time for at least a gap year, maybe longer, to figure out what I'm going to do for a career. And
Experience is pretty valuable.
Mhm.
I
yeah,
would suggest it.
yeah.
Good deal. All right. Let's play. I'm not.